Hello, brethren. Fraternal greetings from Very Worshipful Brother Steve Martin, your Grand Lecturer. I want to start by thanking Most Worshipful Brother Charles Wood for giving me this incredible opportunity. I make no secret that I love our ritual. It is the basis and foundation of everything that we do in this great fraternity. I do not pretend to be 100% proficient in the work, and I do not have any of the degree lectures committed to memory. But I do work hard on my memory work and try to deliver the best that I can with any part that I have been asked to perform. Over the past several years, I have seen the ritual not taken seriously. I've seen shortcuts in the ritual in an effort to cut out the unnecessary delays of opening and closing. When we take shortcuts in our ritual to make things go faster, what are we really doing? We're cheating our new Masons out of seeing the work performed as it should be. We're cheapening our beautiful work, and we're cheating ourselves. So my main goal as Grand Lecturer was to bring back pride and understanding in our ritual work. I am not one to pretend that I have not participated in some of these shortcuts in the past. It was what I was taught. It was what I learned. We need to stand up and have pride in our work, and we need to teach our next group of Masons that that is not okay. We need to be better, and by so doing, make Masonry better in the process. You know everyone in the room. Why bother with purging of the lodge? Well, because your deacons may not have been through it before. Because you never know at your next meeting, you might have 20 visitors from another district show up. And because you never know when the Grand Master might make a surprise visit. And because it's in our standard work and is not marked as optional. We must give the standard work the respect that it deserves. The volume of the sacred law is the rule and guide of our faith, and the standard work is the rule and guide of our lodges. Why do we have a standard work? Why do we perform ritualistic opening and closing? Why don't other organizations? When the state legislature comes together in open session, they don't have any opening and closing ceremonies. They just declare it open and declare it closed. Every legislator has their own agenda and the things that they want to do for their constituents. When we open lodge, we are setting the stage for the opportunity to come together as equals for the good of ourselves, the good of our brethren, and for the good of humanity. We are working at making the world a better place in which to live and not trying to pass an agenda. Isn't it our goal to be wiser, better, and consequently happier? Not just to be a good man, but become a better man. The opening sets that stage for us. When we complete our work, we quit our sacred retreat to mingle again with the outer world. We remind the brethren of why we were thus engaged and charge them to be better than they were when they came through the doors that evening. There are instances that I can think of where we can change our ritualistic obligations and have some short form standard work. For instance, the open installation of officers, where the newly elected master is in a panic to make sure everything goes off without a hitch, and the outgoing master trying to make sure that all the loose ends are tied up before he's finished for the year, and the rest of the brethren entertaining the arriving guests. Maybe this is an area that we need to look at for some sort of ability to forego the entire standard work opening and closing. Perhaps it's not, but it is something that I would like to have further discussions about. When Most Worshipful Brother Charles Wood asked me to be his Grand Lecturer, I had one request. Could I change the ritual competition in an attempt to increase participation and to put more focus on the ritual in this jurisdiction? Little did I know that the Grand Master had 6 challenges he was going to put in place for his year. And challenge number 6, improve our ritual throughout the jurisdiction. With that in mind, I kept the senior warden competition as it had been in the past, but only for first-time senior wardens. I added a 3-man team of the Worshipful Master, Senior Warden, and Junior Warden to perform the opening and closing on any given degree, and that was open to any Master Mason, regardless of previous or current title. Finally, I added the individual lecture competition that included the apron lecture and the geometry lecture. This competition was open to any fellowcraft or Master Mason, again, regardless of previous or current titles. There was genuine excitement about this competition, and the brethren were ready to prove their ritualistic excellence. The Grand Master told me at the beginning of the year that if I could get half of the regions to participate, he would consider it a success. challenge accepted, and expectations exceeded. We had 35 brothers compete in the competition. We had competitions in 10 districts, representing 5 of the 8 regions across the state of Washington. Sadly, with all the momentum and my honest anticipation of seeing the brothers compete in the final competitions, things were shut down due to the COVID-19 pandemic. I continued to try to figure out how to host the remaining competitions and then a statewide competition, until it became obvious that due to safety concerns, the competition simply was not going to happen. With the stay-at-home order being extended, and that leading to a lack of time for the brethren to come together and work on the ritual, and the plain fact that getting together in large groups during this time could put brethren in danger, I consulted with the Grand Master and canceled the competition. This might be the hardest thing that I've had to do thus far in my Masonic life. I do believe that the change in the competition is a good change, a strong change, and a positive change for the future of our Grand Lodge. I look forward to the new Grand Lecture continuing the competition, and I'm hopeful that the brethren will remain excited and interested to show the beauty of what good ritual can be. I would like to thank the following brothers for their participation. District 2, Todd Beam, John Hagman, Gordon Frang, and the Deputy Matt Apple. District 3, Kelly Combs, Glenn Ryder, Mark Bray, and Deputy Tig Dupree. District 4, Ron Duck and Deputy Richard Kovac. District 6, David Brown, Brian Winchester, Don O'Neill, Tom Christie, and Deputy Martin Monk. District 8, Mike Delaney, Joe Towns, Terry Towns, Danny Osborne, and Deputy Larry Foley. District 12, Cliff Hubbard, Robert Perez, Hilbert Attendido, Marmeto Bellado, and Deputy Bill Hubbard. District 13, Rick McGann, Joe Lund, Jay Freewald, Bill Stephanie, George Franco, and Deputy Todd Johnstone. District 17, Clayton Levine, Ray Berrien, Franklin Gallup, Bill Scarborough, Lauren Jessup, Jeff Kent, Larry Vodren, and Deputy Mark Hanshaw. District 18, Roy Golick, Patrick Webb, and Deputy Ron Robbins. And District 19, Will Lipple and Deputy Gordon Johnson. Brethren, again, thank you for taking this challenge. Thank you for showing the importance of our standard work. And to all the brethren of this jurisdiction, thank you for making my year as Grand Lecturer something I will remember forever. Fraternally, Very Worshipful Brother Steve Martin, Grand Lecturer 2020.